Damon Carter, a black tech entrepreneur burned by betrayal, goes on a blind date with Sophia Winters, a British art curator carrying her own scars of class prejudice. But their night explodes when a racist waiter sneers, "People like him don't tip." Sophia delivers a knockout line, "He just bought this restaurant this morning." Damon plays along, the waiter is fired, and sparks ignite. But their connection faces a deadly test when a powerful rival digs up old betrayals to tear them apart. Instead of breaking, Damon's business genius and Sophia's cultural influence unite to expose the lies, crush their enemy, and reclaim their names. In the end, love and truth triumph, transforming pain into power, prejudice into partnership, and building an empire rooted in respect, resilience, and second chances. As the sun began to set over London's bustling city centre, Damon Carter stepped onto a crowded street. The air was thick with the scent of freshly baked cookies, and the sound of honking cars filled the streets. He knew he had been working hard lately, putting in long hours at his tech startup, Black Tech, while also juggling personal life commitments. As he approached Sophia Winters' restaurant, he couldn't help but feel a sense of unease wash over him. Sophia was an intriguing figure from the moment they met. Despite her reserved demeanor and her own struggles with class prejudice, she had a magnetic presence that drew Damon in like a magnet. She looked stunning as she walked into the small cafe, carrying a sleek black coat and matching gloves. Her hair was pulled back into a bun and framing her face, giving it an air of sophistication. Damon couldn't help but notice the way Sophia's eyes met his when they first saw each other at the restaurant. They shared a warm smile that belied any reserve he had been trying to hide. As the evening progressed, their conversations flowed with ease, revealing a depth and complexity about both of them that no one else in the city could have guessed. Suddenly, a racist waiter approached them, his scowl evident as he sneered at Damon's choice of coffee. "People like him don't tip," he spat out coldly, brandishing a stack of empty cups. Sophia quickly cut off the waiter and motioned for Damon to join her in conversation. Damon hesitated, but Sophia's confidence and quick thinking put him at ease. He struck up a conversation with Sophia about their shared love of art and her passion for contemporary design. They talked about how they had both grown up in diverse neighborhoods and were drawn to the idea of breaking down barriers and promoting diversity in tech. As they continued to chat, Damon found himself becoming increasingly captivated by Sophia's intelligence and wit. She was a master at navigating complex social situations with grace and poise, drawing on her own experiences as an outsider to make sense of the world around her. But it wasn't just their shared love for art that brought them together. As they delved deeper into each other's lives, Damon began to uncover dark secrets about Sophia's past. She had been a victim of racial violence and discrimination in her childhood, but she had never spoken publicly about it because of the shame and guilt she carried with her. Damon was initially hesitant to confront these issues head-on, but as they spoke more about their shared experiences, he realized that there were people who needed to be held accountable for the hurt caused by prejudice. He knew that if he didn't speak out now, things would only get worse. In a moment of strong emotion, Sophia delivered her own powerful message. "I know it's easy to brush off these incidents as just an unfortunate accident or someone else's fault," she said softly, her voice shaking with determination. "But they are not the way we live our lives. They shape who we are and how we treat others." Damon was taken aback by Sophia's words, but also inspired by them. He realized that he couldn't continue to stay silent in the face of injustice if he wanted to make a difference. Together, they decided to take action. The next day, Damon reached out to Black Tech's investors and approached them with an offer. He proposed a new strategy for promoting diversity within their company. Rather than focusing on simply hiring people from different backgrounds, they would instead focus on building a diverse team that was inclusive of all races, genders, sexual orientations, and abilities. This proposal immediately caught the attention of Sophia and her colleagues at BlackTech. They were skeptical at first, but saw it as an opportunity to create change in their industry and society as a whole. Damon's business genius was put on display when he presented his vision to the board, outlining how they could use technology to bridge the gap between different communities and promote diversity in the tech sector. His pitch included innovative initiatives such as mentorship programs for underrepresented minorities, online job listings that catered specifically to diverse candidates, and targeted advertising campaigns that highlighted companies' commitment to inclusivity. The board was impressed by Damon's vision and began discussing his proposal further. They soon realized that it had a massive potential to create real change in the tech industry, but they needed someone with a strong track record of success to lead them through the process. Damon took the opportunity to showcase his leadership skills as he pitched his plan in front of their team. He spoke passionately about his own journey from being an outsider himself to becoming one of the most successful entrepreneurs in London's tech scene, and how BlackTech had been a crucial part of that transition. The board was impressed by Damon's story and saw him as the perfect candidate for leading the charge on this ambitious project. They agreed to invest in his vision and provide support through various resources such as funding, mentorship programs, and access to industry networks. As they worked together towards their goal, Damon and Sophia faced numerous challenges along the way. There were setbacks and obstacles that threatened to derail their progress, but with her unwavering determination and Damon's business acumen, they were able to overcome them each time. The first major challenge came when a powerful rival in the tech industry approached BlackTech with an offer for a lucrative partnership. They offered to split the company evenly between themselves, promising significant financial benefits as well as exclusive access to their technology and resources. This was a tempting prospect, but Sophia refused to compromise on her mission of promoting diversity within the industry. Damon knew that he had to stand up to the rival's demands or risk losing BlackTech altogether. He marshaled his business skills and used his own experience from the past to build a compelling argument against their proposal. They discussed how their shared vision for inclusivity was more important than any financial gain, and they showed how their combined resources could have a much greater impact on promoting diversity in the tech sector. The rival was taken aback by Damon's stance and eventually backed down, agreeing to split BlackTech into 3 equal parts. This newfound partnership allowed them to leverage each other's strengths and expertise while also creating more opportunities for underrepresented minorities within their company. In addition to this successful collaboration with a rival, Damon also worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that all aspects of the business were aligned with his vision for promoting diversity. He created mentorship programs for young BlackTech entrepreneurs, set up online job listings that catered specifically to diverse candidates, and launched targeted advertising campaigns that highlighted companies' commitment to inclusivity. Over time, BlackTech's reputation grew exponentially as they became a leading advocate of diversity in the tech sector. They began to attract top talent from all over the world, including people with different backgrounds, genders, sexual orientations, and abilities. Their success stories inspired others to follow suit, and their efforts helped create a culture within the company that celebrated inclusivity. Despite facing numerous challenges along the way, Damon remained committed to his vision of promoting diversity in tech. He continued to push for change through partnerships, mentorship programs, and targeted advertising campaigns, all with one goal: creating an industry where everyone could thrive regardless of their background or identity. In the end, it was not just a case of black tech becoming more diverse. It was about the transformation that it had undergone as a result. Their journey from being an outsider to a leader in diversity and inclusion within the tech sector helped pave the way for change in countless other industries around the world. They proved that prejudice could be overcome, dreams could come true, and second chances were possible if one had the courage to pursue them with unwavering determination. Damon's story serves as a powerful reminder of the power of community, resilience, and second chances. It shows how even in the face of adversity, we can find strength within ourselves and use it to create lasting change in our world. And it reminds us that diversity is not just about celebrating differences, but also about building bridges between different communities and promoting understanding and empathy towards all people. Global outline. Damon Carter, a black tech entrepreneur burned by betrayal, goes on a blind date with Sophia Winters, a British art curator carrying her own scars of class prejudice. But their night explodes when a racist waiter sneers. People like him don't tip. Sophia delivers a knockout line. He just bought this restaurant this morning. As the evening progresses, Damon becomes increasingly drawn to Sophia's bold confidence and determination. Despite his reservations about dating someone who had experienced significant class discrimination in her own life, he finds himself opening up more with each passing minute. The pair strikes up an instant connection as they explore the city together, discussing everything from their shared love for art to their respective backgrounds and experiences. As they explore a trendy neighborhood bar, the racist waiter begins making inappropriate comments about Damon's wealth and social status, which causes Sophia to stand her ground and remind him that she is not just another customer. In response, Damon decides to take matters into his own hands and confronts the waiter directly. He tells him how much he respects the person for bringing up issues of class prejudice, but argues with him about tipping practices and why it's important to treat everyone equally regardless of their background or social status. The racist waiter becomes defensive and tries to shut down Damon, but Sophia remains unflappable. In a heated exchange, they eventually engage in an argument that ultimately leads them both to confront the issue head-on. Despite acknowledging his prejudice, the racist waiter admits he has been programmed with certain biases and assumptions about black people, which have led him to make unfair judgments based on their skin color and social status. As Damon shares his own experiences of being a minority in tech, Sophia listens intently, nodding along as she learns more about discrimination and how it affects the lives of individuals like herself. She realizes that her own background has also shaped her perspective on class prejudice, but despite these personal struggles, she is determined to make a difference. Together, they brainstorm solutions to address this issue head-on. They discuss targeted advertising campaigns aimed at promoting diversity and inclusion in tech by showcasing diverse talent from different backgrounds. These initiatives would help break down barriers and showcase the unique skills and experiences that black people can bring to the industry, making it more appealing for companies to hire them. They also work on mentorship programs that provide guidance and support to young aspiring entrepreneurs who may be facing similar challenges in navigating a predominantly white tech environment. By providing hands-on experience and resources, these programs help equip black individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to succeed in a competitive industry where traditional stereotypes still hold sway. Additionally, they explore partnerships between black tech companies and local community organizations that focus on addressing social inequality and creating opportunities for marginalized communities. These collaborations can provide valuable networking connections, access to funding, and resources that would help Black entrepreneurs scale their businesses and make meaningful contributions to the broader tech industry. The following weeks are marked by a series of events that further solidify Damon's commitment to creating an inclusive and diverse tech industry. As he works on these initiatives, he finds himself drawing strength from his own experiences as a minority in a predominantly white environment and using it to inspire others. One day at work, while discussing the success stories of Black tech entrepreneurs with Sophia, he comes across a story about a young woman named Maya who had recently started her career in technology despite facing significant challenges due to discrimination. Maya's experience highlights how persistence can overcome obstacles and prove that anyone with the drive and determination to succeed can achieve their dreams. Damon learns from Maya and realizes that his own struggles as a Black tech entrepreneur were not unique, but rather a common tale of discrimination and underrepresentation in an industry dominated by white men. He becomes determined to share this message with more people and use his platform to raise awareness about the need for change. In addition to targeted advertising campaigns, he starts sharing these stories on social media platforms like The Bureau and LinkedIn, using them as a way to reach diverse audiences and inspire others who may be facing similar challenges in their own careers. By highlighting the successes of Black tech entrepreneurs, his messages resonate with a wider audience and encourage more people to pursue their passions despite societal barriers. He also works closely with other leading figures within the industry, including influential venture capitalists and community leaders, to advocate for change at a larger scale. These partnerships help amplify his message through media appearances, speaking engagements, and other collaborations that raise awareness about diversity in tech and inspire others to take action. The ongoing narrative continues as Damon builds on these efforts by organizing events, workshops, and networking opportunities aimed at creating a more inclusive culture within the tech industry. He recognizes that change will not happen overnight, but he is committed to working tirelessly to create a world where everyone has equal access to education, job opportunities, and resources. Through his mentorship programs, Damon connects with Black women entrepreneurs who are just starting their careers in technology and shares his experience on how to navigate the industry's challenges. These conversations provide valuable insights into best practices for building successful businesses while also addressing systemic issues of discrimination and underrepresentation. He continues working closely with local community organizations that support marginalized groups, using his platform as a voice for change by advocating for policies that promote diversity and inclusion in tech at both national and international levels. This includes pushing for changes to the hiring process, promoting fair pay practices, and addressing issues related to access to resources and opportunities. He also advocates for increased representation of Black voices within the industry through his work with organizations like the Tech Industry Diversity Council, TDC, that provide education and support for underrepresented communities in tech. TDC offers programs such as mentorship opportunities, networking events, and training workshops aimed at helping Black professionals develop their skills, advance their careers, and build a more diverse workplace. Alongside these efforts, Damon also collaborates with other notable figures within the industry to promote diversity and inclusion through public speaking engagements and media appearances. By sharing his story and experiences firsthand, he serves as an inspiration for others who may be struggling in navigating the tech landscape, while highlighting the importance of creating a welcoming and inclusive environment. In addition, he continues working on personal projects that address specific challenges faced by Black entrepreneurs within the industry, such as providing resources and mentorship to young founders from underrepresented communities. These initiatives help ensure that more Black individuals have access to the tools they need to succeed in tech, while also addressing systemic barriers that limit their opportunities. As his journey towards creating an inclusive tech industry progresses, Damon finds himself becoming a leading voice for change within the industry and beyond. He continues building on the success stories of Black entrepreneurs by sharing insights from their experiences and inspiring others to pursue their dreams despite societal obstacles. Despite facing numerous challenges along the way, including racism, discrimination, and lack of access to resources, Damon remains committed to his goal of creating a world where everyone has equal opportunities in tech. His journey serves as an inspiration for those who are looking to make a difference through entrepreneurship, highlighting the power of community, resilience, and second chances. In doing so, he not only helps break down barriers, but also empowers individuals from all walks of life to pursue their passions despite societal expectations or obstacles. By continuing his work towards creating an inclusive tech industry, Damon embodies the spirit of hope, progress, and resilience that underpins the movement for diversity in technology today. Continued narrative. As the years go by, Damon's efforts continue to pay off as he becomes a leading figure within the Black tech community. His dedication to promoting diversity and inclusion has not only brought about tangible changes, but also inspired countless others to follow his lead. In 2023, the Tech Industry Diversity Council, TDC, launches an innovative program called Tech Bridge, which provides mentorship opportunities for underrepresented communities in technology through a network of industry leaders. This initiative is aimed at fostering collaboration and networking among Black tech professionals, providing them with the tools they need to succeed and advance their careers. Alongside Stick's initiatives, Damon also co-hosts an annual conference called Tech Forward, which brings together leading figures within the tech industry, including women of color, BIPOC individuals, and members from underrepresented communities. The conference features panels, workshops, networking opportunities, and panel discussions that focus on addressing issues related to diversity in technology and inspiring others to take action. In addition to his work at TDC and Tech Forward, Damon also leads a number of other initiatives aimed at promoting diversity and inclusion within the tech community. He works closely with Black women entrepreneurs who are starting their careers in tech and provides guidance through mentorship programs, workshops, and training sessions. These partnerships help Black professionals develop their skills and build a more diverse workplace, creating opportunities for growth, learning, and advancement. Moreover, Damon advocates for increased representation of Black voices within the industry by hosting events that showcase the achievements of Black entrepreneurs from various backgrounds, including those who have been recognized as trailblazers in tech. These initiatives help create visibility and awareness among potential employers, investors, and stakeholders about the diverse talent available to drive innovation and growth. He also works closely with policymakers at both national and international levels to advocate for policies that promote diversity in technology. This includes pushing for increased funding for organizations that work towards creating inclusive workplaces, advocating for anti-discrimination laws. Damon Carter, a tech entrepreneur with a heart for innovation and a mission to change the face of society through technology, was on his way home from a business meeting. He had been working tirelessly in his office at TDC, Technology Development Institute, an organization that helps Black entrepreneurs launch their businesses in various sectors such as healthcare, finance, education, and more. As he walked towards his car, his phone rang with an unexpected call. It was Sophia Winters, the British art curator who was one of his closest collaborators in the tech industry. She had been working on a major project that aimed to create a digital platform for artists from all backgrounds to showcase their work and connect with audiences worldwide. Sophia invited him over for dinner at a trendy restaurant located near her studio, where they would discuss the new project's progress and potential collaborations. As he arrived at the restaurant, he was greeted by a waiter who looked more like an old friend than his usual server from TDIC. The waiter noticed that Damon had a British accent and introduced himself as Andrew. Andrew took a seat across from him, sipping on a glass of wine. "I hope you're enjoying your evening," he said with a smile. "Absolutely," Damon replied, taking another sip. "It's been great catching up with you." Sophia smiled and then leaned in for the conversation. They discussed their latest project, which involved creating an AI-powered platform that would connect artists from around the world to showcase their work and promote it to potential buyers. The idea was simple yet revolutionary, as it aimed to break down barriers between different cultures by providing a global marketplace where art could be easily accessed and purchased. As they spoke, Damon couldn't help but notice how Andrew's demeanor had changed since his last visit. He seemed more relaxed and open than usual, which caught his attention. "What's been going well with the project?" he asked, genuinely curious about what was happening on the other side of the table. Andrew hesitated for a moment before answering, unsure if he wanted to reveal too much. "It's been challenging," he admitted. The platform had faced several challenges along the way, including lack of funding and technical difficulties that hindered its progress. However, they were working hard to overcome these obstacles, with Sophia leading the charge in developing new features and partnering with industry experts for guidance. Sophia explained that one particular issue was about the quality control process. Traditional art galleries would often rely on a small group of curators to review and approve every piece before it was displayed online, which could lead to issues such as mislabeled images or inaccuracies in descriptions. However, her platform aimed to revolutionize this process by using AI algorithms that would automatically analyze and verify the authenticity of artworks. Damon listened intently, impressed with Sophia's idea. He knew firsthand how important it was for artists to have access to a global marketplace where their work could be represented without any biases or limitations. "That sounds like an amazing project," he said. Sophia nodded in agreement. "Yes, and we're still facing some obstacles along the way," she admitted. They were working on finding funding sources, developing partnerships with art galleries and collectors around the world, and building a team of experts who could help them navigate these challenges. As they continued their conversation, Damon couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement about what was happening in the tech industry. He had been impressed by Sophia's passion for her work and her commitment to creating an inclusive space where all voices were valued and heard. She encouraged him to continue his efforts towards promoting diversity and inclusion within the tech community, highlighting how their initiatives could help address some of the systemic issues facing Black entrepreneurs. "I agree," Damon replied. "I believe that technology has the power to transform society for good if we use it responsibly and with empathy. We need more representation and opportunities for Black voices in the industry." Sophia nodded again before turning back to Andrew, who had been silently listening intently throughout their conversation. She looked at him as a mentor, guiding his thoughts and offering encouragement. "Thank you for your support," Sophia said. "You have shown me that with determination and perseverance, anything is possible." Andrew smiled warmly. "Of course. It's great to see someone like you working towards creating positive change in the tech industry. Keep up the good work." Damon nodded, feeling grateful for their conversation and inspired by her dedication to promoting diversity and inclusion. As they sat across from each other at that trendy restaurant, He couldn't help but imagine all the possibilities for what lay ahead as they continued to work on their project. The world was a vast place with endless opportunities, waiting to be discovered and utilized in new ways. And while there were challenges along the way, Damon knew that by pushing through them together, he had the power to make a difference and create a brighter future for all. The Damon Carter, a black tech entrepreneur who had experienced the devastating loss of his mother when he was young, continued on with his life in pursuit of creating innovative solutions that would bridge the gap between technology and marginalized communities. Despite facing numerous challenges along the way, including discrimination from within their own industry and racial profiling by restaurant staff, Damon refused to give up. As he navigated through the tech landscape as a black entrepreneur, Damon sought out opportunities for mentorship and collaboration with other black professionals in the field. He connected with Sophia Winters, an art curator who had her own personal history of discrimination from racism, classism, and societal norms. With her encouragement, Damon's passion for creating inclusive spaces within the tech industry grew even stronger. Sophia met Damon at a popular coffee shop downtown, where they struck up conversation about their shared interests in technology and social justice issues. As they chatted, Sophia revealed that she had recently started working as an art consultant for minority-owned businesses, helping to create more diverse representations of artists' work within the industry. She explained how these partnerships not only provided opportunities, but also helped break down barriers by amplifying the voices and perspectives of underrepresented communities. Damon was fascinated by Sophia's vision and impressed with her passion for creating a world where everyone had access to equal opportunities, regardless of their race or background. He knew that this work required a multifaceted approach, including increased representation in tech industry leadership roles, financial resources, and mentorship programs for black entrepreneurs. As they continued their conversation, Sophia shared the story about how her grandmother, who was also black, had opened up an art gallery to showcase the works of minority artists. This experience sparked inspiration within Damon, as he realized that there were countless stories like Sophia's waiting to be told, but too many didn't receive the attention and support they deserved. Damon felt a deep sense of urgency in his work, knowing that by creating more diverse representations of black tech entrepreneurs and their projects, he could help break down systemic barriers that hindered progress towards equality. He brainstormed with Sophia about potential partnerships to bring her vision to life, such as offering mentorship opportunities for black founders or providing funding for underrepresented startups. Damon also decided to take a bold step by partnering with a local black tech company called TechBridge, an organization dedicated to empowering and supporting minority-owned businesses through access to resources, training programs, and mentorship. He knew that TechBridge could be a powerful platform for bringing together diverse voices within the industry and driving change. Sophia was thrilled about the opportunity to collaborate with such an impactful organization and encouraged Damon to present his vision at their annual tech conference in San Francisco, California. As they prepared for this event, Damon spent long hours brainstorming ideas and developing presentations that would showcase the value of diversity within technology. During the conference, Damon's presentation drew a standing ovation from attendees who had been impressed by his passion and dedication to promoting underrepresented communities in the tech industry. He discussed how TechBridge was working towards creating more diverse representations of black-owned businesses through mentorship programs for founders, offering funding opportunities, and providing access to resources such as incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces. Sophia's contributions were equally significant during her talk. She highlighted how her experience in the art world had inspired a renewed interest in minority representation within the tech industry. She shared stories of artists who had overcome discrimination and barriers to pursue their passion, providing an inspiring message for Black entrepreneurs who might feel discouraged by societal norms that discourage underrepresented voices. As they sat together at the conference reception, Damon couldn't help but reflect on how far he had come since his mother's passing when she was young. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for having found Sophia and her work to guide him along this journey towards creating positive change in the tech industry. His commitment to breaking down systemic barriers was fueled by the knowledge that every little bit counts, no matter how big or small. Damon knew that their partnership with TechBridge would be just one step on a long road towards building a more inclusive and equitable future for all. He looked forward to working alongside Sophia to continue advocating for Black voices within the tech industry and inspiring others to take action in breaking down barriers that hinder progress towards equality. As they walked back to their hotel, Damon couldn't shake off the feeling of optimism and determination that had washed over him. He knew that together, with the support of like-minded individuals like Sophia Winters, they could make a significant impact on shaping a more inclusive future for Black voices in the tech industry. And he was excited about the potential to continue working towards this goal, knowing that their journey would not be without challenges and obstacles. But with each passing day, they were one step closer to creating a world where everyone had access to equal opportunities. The Damon Carter, a Black tech entrepreneur with a passion for breaking down systemic barriers and creating opportunities for underrepresented communities, was determined to make his mark on the world. With the knowledge that every little bit counts, he had embarked on an ambitious partnership with TechBridge, a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting diversity in technology. As they worked together towards their goal of building a more inclusive and equitable future for all, Damon felt immense excitement about what lay ahead. He knew that their partnership would be just one step on the long road towards creating real change, but he was also hopeful that it could inspire others to take action and make a difference in their own communities. Sophia Winters, a British art curator with a deep understanding of cultural history and a fierce commitment to social justice issues, had become an influential voice within the tech industry. She recognized the power of technology as a tool for progress and saw how it could be used to empower marginalized groups by breaking down barriers that hindered their access to opportunities. Sophia's passion for this work was contagious, and she spent countless hours researching and exploring new technologies and platforms designed specifically for underrepresented communities. She knew firsthand the importance of using technology as a tool for change, but also understood that it would not be enough on its own. She believed in fostering collaboration and partnerships between different organizations and individuals to create real-world impact. As they walked back from their hotel together, Damon couldn't shake off the feeling of optimism and determination that had washed over him. He knew that with Sophia's support and the help of like-minded individuals like TechBridge, they could make a significant difference in shaping a more inclusive future for Black voices within the tech industry. And he was excited about the potential to continue working towards this goal. As they began their night out at a trendy restaurant in London, Damon struck up a conversation with Sophia over dinner and drinks. They talked about her work as an art curator and how she had used technology to showcase the beauty of marginalized communities through innovative exhibitions and digital platforms. She explained that TechBridge's mission was to bridge the gap between different communities by providing access to educational resources, mentorship programs, and career development opportunities. Damon listened intently as Sophia spoke about her vision for a more inclusive tech industry, highlighting how it needed to be built on diversity, at all levels of the organization. He admired Sophia's passion for social justice issues and recognized that his partnership with TechBridge would not only benefit Black voices, but also contribute to creating a more equitable future for everyone. As they continued their conversation, the restaurant server approached them and sneered at Damon. The racist waiter commented on how people like him don't tip, referring to someone who had just bought the restaurant from another patron. Sophia quickly delivered a knockout line that caught his attention. He just bought this restaurant this morning. Damon couldn't believe what he was hearing, but he knew that it wasn't an empty statement. He remembered how they had discussed their commitment to breaking down systemic barriers and creating opportunities for underrepresented communities, and the racist waiter's comment was a prime example of how such comments could lead to discrimination and prejudice. Sophia quickly jumped into action, standing up for Damon and telling the server that he should not make assumptions about someone based on where they came from or their background. She explained that everyone deserves equal opportunities regardless of their race or ethnicity, and it's important to treat all individuals with respect and dignity. The racist waiter was taken aback by Sophia's swift response and quickly left the restaurant, leaving Damon and Sophia feeling proud and empowered. They continued their conversation on a positive note, discussing how they could continue working towards creating an inclusive tech industry that valued diversity at every level of the organization. As they walked back to their hotel together, Damon couldn't help but reflect on his recent encounter with the racist waiter. He knew that while it was frustrating and disappointing to witness such discrimination in action, it also reminded him of the importance of standing up for what is right and speaking out against injustice when faced with adversity. He knew that his partnership with TechBridge would be just one step towards creating a more inclusive tech industry, but he was determined to continue working towards this goal. He understood that there were still many challenges and obstacles ahead, including biases within the organization and cultural norms that stifle progress, but he also believed in their ability to overcome these challenges. He looked forward to discussing his vision for a future where everyone had access to equal opportunities through technology, and he was excited about the potential of working with Sophia on this important mission. He knew that together, they could make a significant impact on shaping a more inclusive and equitable future for all, regardless of their race or ethnicity. The Damon Carter, a Black tech entrepreneur with an unwavering passion for innovation and equality, was determined to disrupt the industry's status quo. He had built his company TechBridge based on a vision of creating technology that would bridge the gap between marginalized communities and traditional industries. However, their success came at a cost. As they walked back to their hotel together after a successful pitch, Damon couldn't shake off the feeling that something wasn't quite right about their encounter with the racist waiter at a local restaurant. The incident had left him shaken, not just by his own experiences, but also by the broader societal issues he was trying to address through TechBridge. The waiter's snarky comment about people like them didn't sit well with Damon. He knew that while it was frustrating and disappointing to witness such discrimination in action, it also reminded him of the importance of standing up for what is right and speaking out against injustice when faced with adversity. As a Black entrepreneur who had experienced firsthand the systemic barriers faced by marginalized communities, he felt compelled to use his platform to raise awareness about these issues. The waiter's comment sparked a conversation between them that quickly turned into a heated debate about race and privilege in the tech industry. The waiter criticized Damon for not tipping when they ordered their meal, arguing that people like him didn't deserve special treatment due to their income or social status. He accused TechBridge of prioritizing profits over inclusivity by paying subpar wages to its employees, many of whom were Black. Damon responded with a calm and measured tone, acknowledging the waiter's valid point, but also emphasizing his commitment to creating an equitable workplace for all. He explained that while it was true that some businesses may have taken shortcuts in terms of pay or benefits due to their size or industry, TechBridge aimed to be more inclusive by investing heavily in its employee development programs and offering fair compensation packages. The waiter's response only served as a catalyst for further discussion, with both Damon and Sophia engaging in thoughtful dialogue about the challenges they faced within TechBridge. They acknowledged that there were indeed biases within their organization, including unconscious racial stereotypes, gender discrimination, and lack of diversity at leadership levels. However, they also recognized the importance of addressing these issues head-on through education, training, and open communication. Damon proposed a strategy to address these challenges by implementing several initiatives aimed at creating an inclusive work environment for all employees. He outlined a series of workshops and seminars that would focus on topics such as unconscious bias training, diversity and inclusion initiatives, and leadership development programs for underrepresented groups within TechBridge. He believed that through education and mentorship, the company could create a culture of inclusivity where everyone felt valued, respected, and empowered. Sophia agreed with Damon's approach, seeing it not only as an opportunity to address past mistakes, but also as a chance to build a more resilient and equitable organization for the future. She expressed her support for implementing these initiatives, highlighting their potential impact on both employee morale and business performance. As they continued their conversation about the challenges they faced at TechBridge, Damon shared his vision of a future where everyone had access to equal opportunities through technology. He emphasized that inclusivity was not just an idealistic goal, but also a necessary reality for creating meaningful change in society as a whole. He highlighted several areas where tech could play a critical role in addressing these challenges, including artificial intelligence, blockchain, and renewable energy. For example, AI algorithms can help identify biases within hiring processes, while blockchain technology can facilitate fair compensation practices by providing transparency and accountability at the intersection of finance and employment. Moreover, the development of sustainable technologies would not only benefit marginalized communities, but also have a positive impact on society as a whole. Sophia shared her enthusiasm for these ideas, acknowledging their potential to bring about real change in the tech industry and beyond. She expressed her belief that by working together, TechBridge could make significant strides towards creating an equitable future for all. Damon listened intently, nodding along with Sophia's sentiments. He acknowledged her passion and commitment to addressing social issues through technology, while also recognizing his own role as a leader in driving change within the tech industry. As they continued their discussion, Damon shared some of his hopes for the future of TechBridge. He promised that he would work tirelessly to ensure that its mission remained at the forefront of his priorities, and that it would continue to evolve alongside the changing landscape of technology and society as a whole. Sophia nodded in agreement, her eyes gleaming with excitement. She knew that together, they could make a difference in shaping a more inclusive and equitable future for all through their partnership and commitment to creating positive change within TechBridge and beyond. The two continued walking back to the hotel, each of them carrying the weight of their conversation and aspirations on their shoulders. They vowed to continue pushing towards this vision, with Damon determined to create a technology company that not only addressed systemic barriers, but also empowered marginalized communities through education, innovation, and social responsibility. Sophia was equally committed to driving change within TechBridge and inspiring others to join her in the fight for inclusivity and equality. As they reached their hotel room, Damon knew that there were many more challenges ahead of them, but he felt confident in his ability to navigate these obstacles with determination and an unwavering commitment to creating a better future for all. He looked forward to continuing on this journey together, using the knowledge and skills acquired from their encounter at the restaurant to drive positive change within TechBridge and beyond. The global outline. Damon Carter, a black tech entrepreneur, is burned by betrayal and goes on a blind date with Sophia Winters, a British art curator carrying her own scars of class prejudice. Their night starts off awkwardly when the racist waiter at their restaurant sneers. People like him don't tip. Sophia delivers a knockout line. He just bought this restaurant this morning. Damon plays along and the waiter is fired. The sparks ignite as they continue walking back to the hotel. They vow to make a difference in shaping a more inclusive and equitable future for all through their partnership and commitment to creating positive change within TechBridge and beyond. As they reach their hotel room, Damon knows that there are many more challenges ahead of them, but he feels confident in his ability to navigate these obstacles with determination and an unwavering commitment to creating a better future for all. He looks forward to continuing on this journey together, using the knowledge and skills acquired from their encounter at the restaurant to drive positive change within TechBridge and beyond. Task. The next logical beats in the story should build upon the initial conflict between Damon Carter and Sophia Winters. As they continue walking back to the hotel, we will see how they navigate a series of obstacles that challenge their partnership and push them closer towards creating real-world impact. They encounter resistance from some members within TechBridge who are resistant to change and skeptical of their vision for inclusivity and equality. This includes an old guard boss who believes in traditional methods of success, while new employees feel pressure to conform to a certain image of the tech industry. Damon recognizes that these concerns are valid but decides not to let them dampen his enthusiasm or distract from his goals. He explains to Sophia how their partnership can provide much-needed support and guidance for marginalized communities within TechBridge, as well as help push forward changes in the broader technology landscape. They also face personal challenges, such as a strained relationship with her estranged family and the pressure of balancing their professional lives with the emotional toll that comes with working on important social issues. But they remain committed to each other's goals, drawing strength from their shared passion for creating positive change in the world. As they continue walking back to the hotel, we will see how Damon and Sophia navigate these challenges together, relying on their unique perspectives and experiences to find solutions that work for both of them. For example, they may discuss ways to address resistance within TechBridge, such as through employee training programs or partnerships with community organizations. They may also explore alternative funding models, such as crowdfunding or grants, to support their initiatives without compromising the financial stability of TechBridge. As they reach the hotel room, Damon reflects on his journey so far and considers how he can continue to grow and evolve as an entrepreneur and leader within the tech industry. He knows that there will be more obstacles ahead, but he is confident in his ability to navigate them with resilience and a deep sense of purpose. He looks forward to continuing on this path together, using their unique strengths and experiences to make a real-world impact and drive positive change for all. End. The story concludes as Damon and Sophia continue walking back to the hotel room, each of them carrying the weight of their conversation and aspirations on their shoulders. They have faced numerous challenges along the way, but they remain committed to working together towards their goals of creating a more inclusive and equitable future within TechBridge and beyond. Their partnership has provided much-needed support for marginalized communities within TechBridge, as well as helped push forward changes in the broader technology landscape. As they navigate these obstacles, Damon and Sophia continue to draw strength from each other's unique perspectives and experiences, relying on their shared passion for creating positive change in the world. They may face new challenges down the road, but they are determined to overcome them together, using their combined skills and knowledge to create real-world impact and drive progress towards a more equitable future. The end of this story leaves us with hope that their partnership will continue to grow and evolve as they work towards creating a brighter future for all. Int. Hotel room. Night. Damon and Sophia are walking back to the hotel room, each of them carrying a heavy heart after their night out at TechBridge restaurant. The waiter's racist remark had left an indelible mark on both of them, causing Damon to confront his own biases and prejudices, while Sophia faced her own personal demons related to class prejudice. Damon, sighing, "I don't know if we can do this again. It was so uncomfortable for me. But you were just being honest about the reality of our situation as Black entrepreneurs." Sophia, nodding in agreement. "Yes, it was a difficult conversation. But I have to say, that experience has made us stronger together and given us an opportunity to break down barriers that might exist within TechBridge or even broader society." Damon agreed. "We need to do more work to dismantle the systemic racism and inequality that exists in our industry. It's not just about paying fair wages and providing equal opportunities for all, but also creating a workplace culture where diversity is valued and respected." Sophia, smiling, "I couldn't agree more. That's why we're both committed to taking tangible steps towards this goal. We've been working with TechBridge on various initiatives that aim to promote inclusivity in the tech community. For example, we launched our mentorship program for underrepresented individuals, which has already received positive feedback from several organizations." Damon, smirking, "That's fantastic. And you're right about creating an inclusive culture within TechBridge itself by prioritizing diversity and belonging in all aspects of its operations, including hiring practices, employee training, and community outreach programs." Sophia, nodding again, "Absolutely. We've also been advocating for policies that address systemic issues such as the lack of affordable housing options for tech employees, the need for unconscious bias training to prevent discrimination within the industry, and fair compensation for women in leadership positions." Damon, smiling wistfully, "It's not an easy road ahead, but we believe these changes can make a real difference. And I think it's important to remember that progress doesn't happen overnight, especially when there are so many obstacles standing in our way." Sophia, nodding again, agreed. "But let me tell you something. Even the smallest steps taken today could have far-reaching consequences for society as a whole. By working together towards this goal, we're not just addressing TechBridge-specific issues, but also creating opportunities for marginalized communities to thrive and achieve their dreams." Damon, smiling, "I couldn't agree more. We've seen firsthand how systemic racism can perpetuate existing inequalities in our industry and beyond. So let's continue to push the boundaries of what is possible by working together towards a world where everyone has access to equal opportunities regardless of their race or background." Sophia, grinning, "And remember that change begins with each one of us. By being open-minded, empathetic, and willing to listen to diverse perspectives, we can create meaningful conversations and work towards solutions that promote inclusivity and equality for all." Damon, smiling back, "That's exactly right. Let's continue pushing forward together in this journey, knowing that our collective efforts will have a significant impact on the world around us and pave the way for a more equitable future for everyone. And who knows where it might lead. Sophia, grinning widely. I'm excited to see what we can accomplish next. Damon, me too. We've already made great strides, but there's still much work to be done in this world. But with our shared commitment and determination, the future looks bright for TechBridge and all those who seek a more inclusive and equitable society. Let's continue on this journey together, one step at a time. End. The story ends as Damon and Sophia reflect on their conversation and the progress they've made so far towards creating a more inclusive tech community. They share their hope that their partnership will lead to real-world impact, breaking down barriers for marginalized communities and pushing forward change in the broader technology landscape. As they finish up their evening at TechBridge Restaurant, Damon feels grateful for Sophia's honest conversation about her experiences as a Black entrepreneur and how it has affected his life. He knows that he can learn from her perspective, which will help him navigate challenges along the way. Meanwhile, Sophia is filled with a sense of pride in their partnership, knowing that they are making significant strides towards creating a more equitable future for all. For Damon, this night was not only about overcoming his own biases, but also strengthening his connection to Sophia's vision and mission. He knows that by working together, he can help TechBridge achieve its goals and create positive change in the world through their diverse perspectives and experiences. As they walk back towards the hotel room, both of them holding hands, the future is bright for TechBridge and all those who seek a more inclusive tech community. They are committed to continuing this journey together, pushing boundaries, and working tirelessly to make a real difference in people's lives. TechBridge Restaurant. Night. Damon Carter, a Black tech entrepreneur in his late 30s, is sitting ACR. OSS from Sophia Winters, a British art curator with a striking presence that commands attention at first glance. Their encounter started off on a smooth note as they shared their experiences as entrepreneurs and the impact technology has had on marginalized communities. Sophia, known for her sharp wit and impeccable taste in fashion, strikes up a conversation about her journey into the world of tech, which began with humble beginnings working at a small startup called TechBridge. She recounts how she was born poor in a predominantly Black community, but later attended prestigious universities to pursue her passion for art and technology. As she progressed through her education, Sophia discovered that women often face discrimination within their male-dominated field, including the lack of opportunities in mentorship. I know firsthand the challenges you've faced, Damon says, his eyes lighting up with empathy. The societal norms surrounding gender and race in tech can be harsh. He nods towards Sophia's business partner, a white man named Jack, who works at TechBridge alongside her. Jack is an accomplished engineer who has played a crucial role in the company's growth since their inception. However, he has faced criticism for his perceived lack of diversity within the organization and his tendency to exclude women from leadership positions. Despite these concerns, Sophia remains confident that they can work together to overcome obstacles and create a more inclusive tech community. Damon listens attentively as Sophia talks about TechBridge's mission to empower underrepresented communities through technology. She describes how their platform allows artists to showcase their talents while also providing them with access to funding, mentorship, and networking opportunities, ultimately helping bridge the gap between traditionally marginalized groups and those in power. Sophia shares a personal anecdote about a young Black entrepreneur named Michael who was denied access to financing due to his lack of experience. She explains how she had worked tirelessly on a project that would have given Michael a shot at success, only for it to be rejected by the funding agency because they believed he didn't fit into their target demographic. Damon, Sophia says, you see what I'm talking about. We need more people like Michael in tech who understand and empathize with our experiences. Only then can we truly create a platform that caters to everyone's needs. Damon nods in agreement, acknowledging the importance of representation for underrepresented communities within the industry. He shares his own experience as an entrepreneur who had faced discrimination due to his ethnicity, but through hard work and perseverance, he was able to overcome these obstacles and establish himself as a successful tech professional. As they continue their conversation, they realize that there is still much work to be done in creating a more inclusive tech community. They discuss the need for greater diversity among leaders at TechBridge, including women of color, people with disabilities, and LGBTQ+ individuals who may face unique challenges navigating these industries. The trio also discusses the importance of allyship within tech companies to ensure that all voices are heard and that marginalized communities have a seat at the table. Damon speaks about his own experiences as an ally for underrepresented minorities in tech, including helping women and people with disabilities find jobs through mentorships and job training programs. He shares how he has advocated for greater diversity among leadership positions within TechBridge and worked to create more inclusive policies that prioritize these communities' needs. Sophia nods thoughtfully, her eyes shining with determination. "That's exactly what we need," she says. "We must work together to break down barriers and ensure that all voices are heard. It won't be easy, but I believe in our ability to make a real difference." Damon feels inspired by Sophia's words as they continue their conversation. He knows that the road ahead will not be without challenges, but with Sophia at his side and a shared vision for creating a more inclusive tech community, he is confident that they can achieve great things. As they exit TechBridge Restaurant, the aroma of freshly cooked food fills the air, reflecting the vibrant energy of their conversation. The night has been an exciting one, filled with laughter, vulnerability, and inspiration to create a better world for all people, regardless of race, gender, or background. With this newfound understanding and commitment to inclusivity in mind, Damon and Sophia set out on their next adventure as partners, working tirelessly towards creating the tech community they have always dreamed of. They know that there is much work left to be done, but with each step forward, they are closer than ever to making a difference in people's lives. The road ahead may not be easy or straightforward, but through collaboration and perseverance, their vision for a more equitable future can become reality. Damon Carter, a tech entrepreneur who had experienced betrayal and lost his business due to the actions of someone he trusted, was feeling demotivated and uninspired. He had poured all his heart into creating a groundbreaking technology that would revolutionize the way people interact with technology and make it more accessible for everyone. However, things took an unexpected turn when he decided to attend a blind date set by Sophia Winters, a British art curator who had lived through her own struggles of class prejudice. Sophia's words resonated deeply with Damon, as they talked about their shared vision for creating a more inclusive tech community that would bridge the gap between marginalized groups and those without access. They discussed ways to empower underrepresented communities by providing them with equal opportunities in the industry and fostering an environment where diversity and inclusivity were not only valued but celebrated. As they walked through TechBridge Restaurant, the aroma of freshly cooked food filled the air, reflecting the lively atmosphere of their conversation. The vibrant colors on the walls and upbeat music provided a backdrop for their discussion as they delved into various topics related to technology, social justice, and inclusivity. Damon felt inspired by Sophia's words as she continued her narrative about how art could be used as a catalyst for change. Sophia began by sharing an anecdote about her experience at a charity event where she had witnessed the power of art in creating empathy and understanding among diverse communities. She explained that during the performance, she sat next to someone who was struggling with discrimination because of their background, and despite his lack of access to information or resources, he found inspiration in the artwork displayed on the wall. Damon listened intently as Sophia shared her thoughts about how technology could be used to promote inclusivity. She mentioned that there were already various initiatives aimed at creating more accessible technology solutions for people with disabilities, but she believed it was crucial to also focus on educating and empowering underrepresented communities to use these tools effectively. Sophia's words sparked a thought in Damon as he realized the potential of blind dates like this one to bring diverse perspectives together. He knew that by hosting events like TechBridge Restaurant, they could create spaces where people from different backgrounds could come together to share their ideas and learn about each other's experiences. As they left the restaurant, Damon felt a sense of excitement and anticipation for the next chapter in his journey as he discussed with Sophia how they could leverage technology to address social justice issues. He envisioned creating a platform that would connect like-minded individuals from diverse backgrounds who shared the same mission, to create an inclusive tech community where everyone had equal access to opportunities, regardless of their race, gender, or background. Sophia agreed and proposed several ideas for how this platform could work. They discussed ways to incorporate AI-powered chatbots that could provide information on accessible technology solutions and assist people in finding resources based on their specific needs. Additionally, they brainstormed ways to connect marginalized communities with like-minded organizations and events through the platform, allowing them to engage more actively in shaping the tech industry. Damon was eager to take these ideas further and proposed a collaborative project that would involve partnering with leading technology companies and nonprofit organizations to create an app specifically designed for underrepresented groups. He believed that this application could not only provide users with access to information on accessible technologies, but also empower them to share their own experiences, insights, and perspectives. Sophia was intrigued by the idea of creating a community-driven platform and encouraged Damon to explore potential funding sources and partnerships with organizations in need. They discussed how they could leverage social media platforms like Instagram and the Bureau to raise awareness about the project and engage users from diverse backgrounds. As they walked through TechBridge Restaurant, the aroma of freshly cooked food filled the air once again, reflecting the lively atmosphere of their conversation. The vibrant colors on the walls and upbeat music provided a backdrop for their discussion as they discussed the progress of their collaboration and the potential impact it could have on creating an inclusive tech community. Damon felt grateful to Sophia's words and motivation as they shared that this blind date had given them a new perspective on inclusivity in technology. He knew that with her support, they were well positioned to make a difference in people's lives by leveraging the power of art and collaboration to create a more equitable future for all. They continued their conversation, discussing how they could scale up the app to reach even more marginalized communities worldwide, as they realized that there was still much work to be done to bridge the gap between underrepresented groups and those without access. They acknowledged the challenges ahead, but also shared a sense of optimism about what it meant to create a truly inclusive tech community. As they walked out of TechBridge Restaurant, Damon felt grateful for the opportunity to have met Sophia Winters and learn more about her vision for creating an equitable future through art and technology. He knew that with their collective efforts, they could make a significant impact in people's lives and help create a world where everyone had access to equal opportunities regardless of their background or race. The road ahead was not without challenges, But with Sophia at his side and a shared vision for creating an inclusive tech community, Damon felt confident that they were well equipped to overcome any obstacles that lay in their way. They knew that the journey would be long and arduous, but with determination, innovation, and collaboration, they had the power to create something truly transformative. As they walked out of Tech Bridge Restaurant, the aroma of freshly cooked food filled the air once again, reflecting the lively atmosphere of their conversation as they reflected on the incredible opportunity that lay ahead. They knew that this blind date had not only sparked a new chapter in their relationship, but also opened doors to create something truly special that would impact people's lives for years to come. The night was over, and Damon felt grateful for the experience with Sophia Winters. He couldn't help but feel inspired by her words as they reminded him of the power of art and technology in creating a more inclusive world for all. As he left Tech Bridge Restaurant, his mind was filled with ideas and plans to take this blind date's impact on inclusivity into action. The road ahead would not be an easy one, but through collaboration, perseverance, and innovation, they had the opportunity to create something truly transformative that could change lives for generations to come. With Sophia Winters by their side, Damon knew that together they were capable of making a difference in people's lives and shaping the future of technology with compassion and empathy. Damon Carter, a young tech entrepreneur with his sights set on building the world's most innovative and accessible platform for people of all backgrounds, was excited about embarking on yet another date. As he walked through the bustling streets of London, feeling invigorated by the city's vibrant energy, he couldn't help but glance over at Sophia Winters standing nearby. A British art curator with a striking figure and piercing blue eyes that seemed to pierce even the darkest corners of her soul. She was as captivating as any artwork on display. Sophia had always been fascinated by culture, particularly in the realm of technology and social justice. She had grown up in a neighborhood filled with immigrants from all over the world, where access to education and opportunities were limited for many. However, Sophia's passion for art and technology led her to pursue an advanced degree in cultural studies at Cambridge University, where she studied digital media and visual arts. The night started off on a promising note as they indulged in some delicious Italian cuisine at Tech Bridge Restaurant, located in the heart of London's tech scene. The restaurant was known for its unique fusion dishes that combined traditional British fare with modern culinary techniques, making it an ideal spot to connect over drinks and conversation. As they sat down at their table, Damon struck up a friendly conversation about their shared interests, discussing how technology had transformed society in recent years and the role of artists in shaping our perceptions of reality. Sophia's insights were enlightening, highlighting the importance of empathy, inclusivity, and diversity in creating art that resonated with people from all walks of life. As they continued to sip on wine and share stories about their respective careers, a waiter walked by them. The waiter had a thick British accent and displayed an unwavering disdain for tipping, often referring to the people like him don't tip mentality as outdated and unkind. Damon couldn't help but roll his eyes at this exchange, feeling frustrated that society's ingrained prejudices were still prevalent in some areas. Suddenly, the waiter caught sight of Sophia Winters across the table. His face softened with a mischievous smile, causing her to glance over their shoulder. "People like him don't tip," he declared, his voice barely above a whisper. Sophia looked up at Damon playfully and replied, "He just bought this restaurant today." Her words sparked an immediate reaction from the waiter, whose face softened even further as he realized that someone had brought in change to their establishment. Despite his initial disdain for tipping, They couldn't help but feel a pang of admiration when he saw how much pride and dedication Sophia displayed towards Techbridge Restaurant. Damon laughed at Sophia's comment, knowing it was just one of many instances where she stood up against class prejudice and discrimination in her life. He admired not only her courage to speak out about social issues, but also the way she had found a platform to bring attention to them through art. As they finished their meal, Damon couldn't help but reflect on how Sophia's bold statement would impact the restaurant's reputation and potentially even change the mindset of its patrons. With newfound respect for tipping, the waiter took it upon himself to make sure that Techbridge Restaurant was treating all customers fairly, including those who didn't tip. The following day, Damon met with Sophia at Techbridge Restaurant to discuss their plans for making a positive impact on society through art and technology. They brainstormed ideas together, exploring how they could use the restaurant's unique fusion dishes as a platform to educate people about social justice issues and inspire them to take action. Damon suggested hosting regular workshops or events that focused on topics such as racial identity, gender equality, disability rights, and environmental sustainability. He believed that by educating customers through art and food, Techbridge Restaurant could create an environment where everyone felt welcome and valued. Sophia agreed, adding, "We want to create a space for people from all backgrounds to come together, share their stories, and learn from one another. Our dishes can act as a gateway to understanding different cultures and perspectives." Damon couldn't help but marvel at Sophia's vision, seeing it not only as an opportunity to improve the restaurant's reputation, but also a way to challenge existing norms and create a more inclusive society. Together, they worked tirelessly to develop a comprehensive plan that would leverage their combined skills and expertise in technology, art, and social justice. As they continued to refine their ideas, the waiter began to take notice of how much progress the duo was making. His admiration for Sophia's passion for creating change led him to offer his support and resources, lending a helping hand as they worked towards bringing their vision to life. With each passing day, Techbridge Restaurant became an example of inclusivity in action. The restaurant's dishes served not only as a culinary delight, but also acted as a catalyst for conversations about social justice issues. Customers began to share stories, offering insights and suggestions that helped shape the restaurant's future plans. Damon and Sophia were thrilled with the progress they had made, knowing that their commitment to creating an inclusive space through art and technology would not only benefit Techbridge Restaurant, but also inspire a broader community to stand up against discrimination and promote social justice. As the days turned into weeks, the couple continued to refine their plan, gathering feedback from customers, colleagues, and even potential partners. They worked tirelessly on creating marketing campaigns that emphasized the restaurant's commitment to diversity and inclusivity while showcasing its unique fusion dishes. The world took notice of Techbridge Restaurant as it became a beacon for change in the tech industry. The restaurant's innovative approach to art and technology had not only transformed dining experiences, but also sparked conversations about social justice, leading to widespread admiration and respect from both critics and customers alike. In 2023, after several years of hard work and dedication, Techbridge Restaurant was finally ready to launch its groundbreaking initiative. The restaurant's fusion dishes became the talk of the town, showcasing how technology could be used to bridge cultural divides and create a more inclusive world for all. As the opening day arrived, Damon stood at the entrance, looking out over the bustling crowds that had gathered around Techbridge Restaurant. His heart was filled with pride as he watched Sophia Winters lead her team of artists and chefs in creating an event unlike any other they'd ever hosted. The restaurant's grand opening featured a variety of art installations and interactive exhibits showcasing different cultures, promoting diversity and inclusivity through food and culture. The restaurant's fusion dishes were on display throughout the premises, offering guests a culinary journey that not only celebrated cultural differences, but also challenged societal norms. As people gathered around, they couldn't help but notice how much their dining experience had evolved since the day TechBridge restaurant opened its doors for business. Customers of all backgrounds marveled at the unique fusion dishes, which catered to diverse tastes and preferences, creating an environment where everyone felt welcome and valued. The restaurant's success was not just a testament to the power of art and technology in promoting inclusivity, but also the resilience of individuals like Damon Carter, who had refused to let prejudice and discrimination stand in their way. His dedication to fostering an inclusive dining experience that celebrated diversity and promoted social justice had paid off, leading to a world where everyone could enjoy the joy of good food with a sense of belonging. In 2035, as TechBridge restaurant stood at its centennial anniversary, it was evident that the restaurant's impact on society had been immeasurable.